What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special Friday night or Friday evening edition of Lyles Figure Files. I'm Jeffrey Lyles. Hopefully, you've had an awesome week. There's no countdown. The weekend has started. So, thank you for hanging out with me, even if this for this brief moment, because I know it's Friday and it's time to get into things, find some figures, watch some movies, all that good stuff. So, I'm not going to be on for too long, but of course, I need to come holler at everybody, say what's up, say thank you for watching, all that good stuff. Breaking down a ton of stuff that came on the figure channels, all the new pre-orders, a lot of exciting stuff. I see people kind of which way in that on some of the stuff we saw. There's some more exciting things to come in the next few weeks. And of course, there's at least one more Marvel Legend set to be revealed tomorrow at Fan Expo. So we'll get into all that later. But first, let's thank the Lyles Figure Files VIP members. Which way do I want to go this time? Let's start with Vintage Bob, Retro Robo, John Morrissey, Lost and Wallace, David Thanos, Pixelated Poses, DJ No Good, Henry G, Ryan Daly, Jay Woods, Tom Finn 2018, MOC Turtle, Doom Customs, Bro, Allen, Vince, Graham Tuttle, James Green, Nathan William, Robert Hayes, Left to Two Lions BK, Blake Tarpley, and last but certainly not least, Jamelyn Parks. Thank you all so much for supporting this channel as VIP members. And just for you all, right now, there is a new video dropped on something I desperately want to see McFarlane Toys do before they wrap up everything with the DC license. I also want to thank the Lyles Figure File super supporters, Rob D21 Beast, Pollock, Retro Robo, Lawson Wallace, Kwame Taylor, Ryan Daly, Robert Hayes, John Morrissey, and my little bro, Jason Lyles. Thank you all as well. So, there we go. And I see people here hanging out in the chat with us. So let's say what's up first to Jailbreak Cage Esquire in brightest day and Friday night. I love that. It's Figure File time. Yeah, it is. Thank you for making it. Maurice Phillip, good time zone, all. I'm finally early for a change. Hey, Maurice, anytime you show up, my friend, I am glad to see you. King Collector's here as well. What's up, Royalty? The King is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up with you? Retro Robo, what's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? It's Friday. Shout out David Haynes. Ginger Vitus 75. It is Friday. Happy Friday to you. Lefty Two Lions BK. Squad up and smash the like button. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. What's up, Game Quest? Happy Friday. Let the good times roll, crew. Absolutely. So let's get into some of this excitement here from this past week. There is a bunch of it. Let's go. Where do I want to start? Let's start off with the Batman 1989 5-point wave set of 3 figures that Big Bad Toy Store just posted today. And these are pretty exciting, if for nothing else, for this incredible likeness of Jack Nicholson's Joker. So they're not cheap. I mean, $70 for 3 figures is a lot. But man, these look pretty cool. The Batman is solid. So you can see, you got Florence here hanging out with Joker. And the Joker colors really pop in figure form as usual, as you'd expect. Batman, I mean, and they got some scaly to them, which I really appreciate. Got the boombox in hand. Hey, Granddad, what's the boombox? And the Batman actually able to have the wings up like that, pretty solid. Or the cape, I'm gonna say wings. But yeah, this is such a cool setup for Batman. So you can do all kinds of fun stuff. He's got 2 separate heads, 4 interchangeable arms, the Batarang, and of course the cape flowing so strong. But this is cool. He's got the match flamethrower That's solid. I mean, it's a Jack Nicholson likeness, as close you're gonna get in this style, but that is really cool. And then they've got a changing colors. Shout out to that group. Anybody remember them? Or changing faces. Face changes colors. So you throw a little dip in some cold water and bam, boo. And then, of course, if you watched Batman as many times as I have, then Batman crashes through. It's a shame we don't get a Vicky Vale to go along with the set too, but cool stuff. Joker comes with a separate arm to light the flamethrower. He's got his cane, and of course, this just ridiculously cool head sculpt with an action feature that I can actually get with. Then we got my guy here, and he looks serious. I mean, this is check out the detail on the jacket with the Joker cards, the comic book Joker button. That was always a nice touch, I thought. There you go. Two figures in one. So you get two Joker goons. But see, this is one of those deals where it's like, it's sort of cool, but we had an army builder. And it'd been nice to be able to just have two army builders there. So there you go. I really dig this though. And interchangeable arms. You've got the rope and hook set up, and they're all set to go. And really nice head sculpt there too. So watch yourself, Batman. And he's got a little bruise there, so that is very cool. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I thought this was a set. So you really can army build. That makes it even more fun. So yeah, I guess this is the set. Each figure is individually packaged in a retro. No, so I was right. They're individually packaged, but yeah, see, I wish we could have gotten this whole army builder style for that deal, but that is a solid deal. $70, not as great a deal, but I think these are pretty cool. Let's see what y'all think over here hanging out in the chat. Watch your Robo. Ha! Love the dude with the box. Yeah, I mean, that's so cool. They need to make a half Joker, half Batman Prince figure. That would be really amazing. Yeah, Robo. Ghetto Blaster Boombox. Joker Goon is fire. He is, man. What's up, RJ? Or I will mention what you just posted in half a second. Game Quest. I have this pre-order. The packaging alone. I didn't even show. I mean, I have this one, but the packaging does look sweet. This is, if you came up when this movie dropped, these figures are just hitting on such a fun level. And I love that they actually incorporated some cool features to them. It's just Cape Glide Batman. I wish they had this backdrop to it as well. That'd have been kind of fun. But man, let's see here. Where are the rest of these figures? Because I feel like they did some more of these already, right? Or did I just imagine that and I'm completely wrong? What was series one? Let's see here. Now I'm going down another full rabbit hole. Let's see if you can keep that focus for me. Great. All right. So here's the first one, which are available for pre-order. So if you didn't get wave one ordered already, the sad part is a lot of this is repaints, and we got two of the same characters. So we got Batman, but again, an iconic shot from the movie, Joker. And where's the Batman? Washing it home. Well, he's at home washing his tights. Nice job on the Joker. But Bob is the man here. I only wish he had a separate head sculpt with no glasses so you could picture him going, yes, sir. He's got the camera. Who's this? Oh, man. And then they threw in another one. So you have the katana dude. Oh, man. If only he could karate kick him one time after all the swinging swords. Man, they're really messing us up with these different variants of army builders. And also included is a Batmobile with film accurate features. Wait a second. This is crazy. That does not quite seem just right. So I assume they're saying the Batmobile is also available for people. But man, so I'm not going to set myself up. I'm not going to get caught up in this, but it's pretty cool here. And the packaging is very great. But now I really need another 3-pack of these and hopefully no Batman and Joker one more time. I need a Vicky Vale, Alexander Knox. Do I want Harvey Dent to talk about ghosts and goblins? Or Commissioner Gordon? Or Alfred? There's so many more choices. Maybe we need 2 more 3-packs in this set here. That's very cool. Maurice, not usually a 5POA fan, but Mezco's have tempted me from time to time. Yeah, and those really do look cool. It's a whole rabbit hole that I've gotta convince myself I don't need to get to. But let's talk about the other reveal today from Hellboy from Boss Fight Studios, Box Full of Evil, Hellboy. And this is a very cool looking figure. Definitely has that Mike Mignola sculpt and all that good stuff going for this. I really like how this looks. I mean, this is really capturing that comic book style there. I mean, man, check out the detail on the sculpt. Let's go through some more of these photos too. I mean, that is really solid work. And these are not the 5 POA, as you can tell. Good stuff. I mean, the detail alone. I mean, this is, if you're a Hellboy fan, it would be really hard to not get invested in this line because the sculpts really look solid. So much great detail. And I do feel like the price point, $60, and this is what you got in terms of accessories, feels a little light. They could probably throw in something else, maybe even a trench coat just for fun. But I'm sure some customizers out there are already working on those. But that is a pretty solid Hellboy. Then they got the Grugak. Wow, pronunciation fun. And I mean, got the little hammer deal going. Another really solid sculpt. I love that they translated Mignola's artwork so well here in figure form. This is really solid. He's got his own loot crate and he's got a goblet as well. I mean, this is, I feel like he has a little bit better value in terms, but of course, he's nowhere near the same size as Hellboy because he's 4.5 inches. So, same price point. Kind of love to see some more, but I really, oh no, I was wondering maybe this is the tariff surcharge price thrown in, but it's not. So that's a little bit expensive, but I think this is absolutely some of the best versions of Hellboy in figure form that we've seen. And you know, if you're a Hellboy fan, if you're really into it, I feel like these figures are providing some really, really great looks to these characters. So nice job on Lobster here. Different head sculpt. He's got a medallion, machine gun, 2 pistols, and he can actually hold both of them. So that's great. So not the cheapest set of figures by any means, but they do look really good. I'm impressed with how they've turned out. Let's see what y'all have to say about them. Toy Games, what's going on? Coat being sold separately is odd. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Doc Avenger, hey man, I missed you last night. Yes, I did miss coming on here normal time, but you know, every year you gotta set some time aside for the spouse or significant other. Well, I guess there's 2 times, but anniversary doesn't always fall on a Figure Files night, but birthday always trumps any day. So I had to go miss this one, but thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Retro Robo, that Hellboy figure looks like it jumped off the page. It does. It looks so good. I'm really impressed with that. What's up, David Thanos? Doc Avenger, I want to get the 1000 toys. Hellboy got the Lobster Johnson. What do you think about those? Are you like, do these tempt you at all or no? Northern Nomad, Hellboy, that sucker. Yeah, Doc Avenger, it is nice. Rick Cage, I'm with you. I'm not a major Hellboy fan in terms of like knowing all the lore. I just think they have really cool looks, and these look like really great looking figures. Not a Hellboy expert, but comparative mythology is my jam. Pre-ordered all 3. Nice. King Collector. Yeah, I like these Hellboy figures, but I'll wait to see how deep they go in this style because I always plan on going back and getting the old movie figures. How many did they make on that end? David Thanos, 3 times, Jeff. Valentine's Day. You're absolutely right. But that's one of those floating days where, was it like 6, 7 years? Got to factor in a leap day where I don't have to worry about that falling in on the same day. So I can roll the dice on that one. Lefty, happy birthday to Mrs. Figure Files. I hope that y'all had a great evening. We did. It was nice. Got to chill, and the weather has been cooperating here. It hadn't been scorching like I assumed the end of April would be. Dog Avenger, 1,000 toys ones are way more expensive, 160. I mean, they got to match up to that price, right? Or their name. Omega 579. Hey, what's happening? What's up, man? Dog Avenger, this might be the way to go. All right, let's see here. But one other thing that I definitely need to kind of mention, because Big Bad Toy Store has been killing it as of late with these daily deals. They have been insane because every day it's like, oh, I could use that on sale. And the prices vary 75%. I don't know if I've gotten something that cheap, but they've been some really good deals. This Batman Forever Multiverse Gold Label Pennyworth and Batmobile set. I know some people are reporting finding them at Ross for $30, which is an insanely crazy price. But if your Ross has not been stocking like some of these other deals, $55 isn't bad. Moff Gideon for $7 is a really great price. And a Masterverse Skeletor, which I think I have actually seen at Ross for $6, not bad. The Reaction case of G.I. Joe 15 figures, that's pretty solid. A bunch of green shirts. Boo. You got Cobra Commander, Destro, Baroness, old school cartoon style. But we got comic book Quinn in here. That's solid. Then a bunch of Cobra grunts, which are fun because that way you can keep building up your Cobra and G.I. Joe armies there. But this guy, I was short a couple. I got two of these because this is the price point. I think people were finding Multiple Man at their Ross stores for $9.99. So again, my Ross has not been awesome as of late. So I've got him. I've got all the retro Multiple Man figures I need, which is pretty cool. I love that. So of course, next Monday I'm going to be tuned in. What's for sale? BBTS. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. Let's see. Lefty, between the Mezco 5 Points Batman and the Acid Raid 6-inch figures, they are taunting me to buy into a new line. I can't. Man, I'm so with you. I was going around my figure room and like, dude, where are you putting anything else? Doc Avenger, did anyone else get their Spirit Spider? Oh, I didn't. He was one I did not order, but haven't seen a lot of people talking about that figure being canceled. Unlike Crystal Ball, which it just seems like they were like, yeah, sorry guys. Sorry about that one. We totally over ordered. Let's see here. Well, I'm on Walmart.com right now. So let's see what this means. They say there's only one left, but I feel like someone's gonna have it for an insane price point. 47. Oh, that's yeah. But let's see here. Now, earlier, they had the option where you could go, let's find it. Is it available? And no, nothing available on that end. And then it was like, So I don't know what happened with it. I think they changed that up, but it's like, boo, not a big fan of that. You got it, Spirit. You got your Spirit Spider, Doc. Good deal. King Collector. They made the whole Hellboy team, even Rasputin and Cronin, and those villain monsters. The white-haired girl, I can't remember her, but they're all highly detailed. Very cool. So David Thanos has been reading multiple accounts on Armored Cobra Commander, Battle Armored Cobra Commander. What do you think? Now, I'm try to do this here, but for those of you who do have him, Crystal Ball is really fun. I had him pose next to Big Boa and Croc Master. I'm like, man, the 87 wave of Cobra villains, I think was the last good one. Because I was looking through, I was like, where the next ones that were on that kind of level? And there really weren't any. It was because they had so many really good ones in terms of being like wild characters. Excuse me. I have had like crazy belching. Sorry about that, y'all. But after let me go to 3D Joe's that way I can talk and show at the same time. And I reference these guys all the time, but I love their site and their layout just makes it really easy to go through this. So let me just run real fast here to their amazing setup, and you can see all this stuff. This I feel like was the last great wave of individual Cobras, like the ones who had their own name. There's some really great army builders to come, but this is the last good one in terms of great Cobra villains who are just looking cool and awesome and stand out on their own. So they've actually done more on this than I remembered. So we got Big Boa, Chuckles, Battle Armor Cobra Commander, Crazy Legs. We have a Night Force, but I mean, this color with the red is so much better. Grok Master, check. Crystal Ball, check. Falcon, sort of, kind of. I love to see Fast Draw. We definitely need Gung Ho in his second outfit. Jinx, check. Law and Order, check. Outback, yeah. And now that we've got Crystal Ball, we need Psych Out. He was one. I was like, whatever. When we get to him, we get to him. But now I got Crystal Ball and the crazy upgrade they gave him. I want to see what they'll do with Psych Out. Now, Raptor, we got in a crazy upgrade. Sneak peek, could use him for sure. And I would love to see how they upgrade him because I like his costume, but I'm really interested. Are they just going to give him a big camera like this or what? Excuse me. Then we got the Techno Viper and Tunnel Rat. So they have done way more in 87 than I thought. Never really scratched anything on Battle Force 2000 when we were talking about Snow Joes to help sell the HasLab Snowcat. I was thinking maybe Avalanche would be a cool character to say he's coming simply because you can kind of have another Snow Joe tie into that. I'd still like to see him. Of course, they've got some vehicles we need in the mix too. We have, in terms of Cobra Law, Nemesis Enforcer, Galabulus, they really teased, and then the Royal Guard, we're still waiting, but we do have Pythona. We've got Mercer. Some people are already getting him now. We know we're getting a 2-pack of Red Dog and Taurus. So they're really rolling with the 87 lineup. But here's where we still need a little bit of work. The vehicles and the vehicle drivers, the Ice Viper with the Wolf, the Worms with the Maggot, one of my absolute favorite Cobra vehicles. And I love the look of the Worms too. So it would be really great to see them. Zanzibar, we still need him. The last real main Dreadnought. And this guy, the Fridge, I'm still calling for him. But yeah, so they've done a lot of work on 87. But let me just go to 88 real fast just to give you an idea what I'm talking about. This is all about the Iron Grenadier. It's not necessarily as fun. And you can see they've still got a ton of characters on this one to handle. So in that first row, we just have Budo. Second one, we have the Iron Grenadiers. Got them. Road Pig, check. Shockwave, check. Storm Shadow version 2, check. No Voltar. A lot of, I mean, we need a lot more work on the Iron Grenadier faction. But yeah, this is when we started going heavy with Night Force and Tiger Force. And I was like, new characters, please. And vehicle drivers are kind of uninspired. Destro, of course, is the main one that we need. But yeah, it's just like, that's when we started seeing, in terms of the Cobras that were really essential and really necessary, things were going a little bit off the rails. We weren't getting as many cool name Cobras, and 87 really does set a high point. I think for me, 84 is still the absolute best year of Cobra villains. Major Blood. No, wait, not Major Blood. He was 83. Baroness, Storm Shadow, Firefly, Zartan, Scrap Iron, Copperhead, Wild Weasel. There you go. Good stuff. Anyway, let's go and see what y'all are talking about in the chat. Yeah, Walmart, boo. Smithers, are they saying boo? No, sir. They're saying boo earns. Doc Avenger, I got my crystal ball and surprise, but I did get my dial tone canceled. Where did you order dial tone from? Is it from Hasbro Pulse? And if so, I need to sound the alarm. David Thanos, I saw 6, ordered 3, crossing my fingers, it ships. Did you just do that? If so, good deal. So maybe some of y'all have better luck than my online search, which of course I don't care about anymore. But hey, hopefully that'll work out for everybody. 1216 Anarchist, what's going on? Good day, Jeff and crew. Finally made a live stream. Glad to see you, my friend. Haven't opened Coco yet. I found a few displays at Walmart and got broke over the weekend. Yeah, what else did you get? While we're on that, what did y'all get this week? Not a big week in terms of pickups for me, but I was pretty happy. When I say pickups, I mean delivered to the door, because there's no need for that for me anymore. It just seems like nothing is in the stores. King Collector, I saw an awesome CT Toys Spider-Man Octopus Spider on eBay. That is probably the best looking Spider-Man I've seen this year. I haven't heard anyone talking about that guy. All right, let me see here. CT Toys Octopus Spider. I haven't even heard of this figure. Oh, I see. Little bit of changing of the name there. Wow, pretty cool. Oh, wait a second. This, let me see. This picture is for illustrator purposes only. So let's see. I don't know what that exactly means, but let's take a look here. Now I don't know what that means then. Is this just a custom that's really well done, or what? If this is the genuine article, and it kind of doesn't seem like that's the same figure. Maybe it's just really bad lighting. I don't know, but we'll see. Seems like it'd be a pretty decent looking figure. I'm pretty happy with my Superior Spider-Man, though. I really like the upgrades we got on it. Nice colors on this figure, if it is indeed what we're going to see. But yeah, I'm curious about this one. It seems like a lot of people have this one up for pre-order, so in 35 cards. Well, I guess it is legit. So you're going to pick it up? This $80, like more expensive than the other one we just saw. Bray bruh. Armored Coco looks amazing. I'm glad to hear that, because it really did seem like people were like, the chrome could be better. It's not as exciting as I wanted it. And it's like, oh man, I hate to see that. And let me see here. Let me see. All right, let's try this. Judge classified. There we go. And before I find him again, because I know he was on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure he was available. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Oh, there it goes. Well, they have him as pre-order, slated to come September 12th. This figure to me looks really cool. And I love the fact that they included 2 separate head sculpts, one with that very cool snake skin setup to tip a little homage to Cobra Law and Jojo the movie, and then the regular one so I can pretend he's Fred. And I think in my collection, what I'm going to do is I'm going to display Battle Armored Cobra Commander with Crystal Ball, Raptor, Big Boa, and Croc Master, and call that Fred's faction for Cobra. I kind of like that idea, because they've kind of got a lot of things going for them, and I don't really see them hanging with the other Cobras who are either on Serpentor or Cobra Commander side. Things get a little dicey when they start splitting up the Cobra factions, but I really like that crew of villains. Now I need my monkey wrench. So does Zartan, David Thanos. Ryan Daly says 89 was the second best year for Cobra Troop builders after 85. Yeah, absolutely after 85, because we have the Crimson Guards, the Eels, the Snow Serpents. I feel like I might be forgetting one. The Lampreys, if you want to count them as an army builder, even though you had to buy a massive playset to do it. But I would, because wow. Let me see how fast I can get back over there. Yeah, not fast enough, apparently. So let's see. I'll take your 1985 challenge, but I do feel like that was, I mean, that was again my favorite year of G.I. Joe, in large part due to the cartoon. But yeah, man, this was I think we're almost done, except for this guy twirling around right here, airtight. And oh yeah, Snake Eyes. But we had that Crimson Guard, the Eels, Snake Eyes, the Crimson Twins, but I guess they're not army builders. The Televipers, that was one I was missing. The Snow Serpents, very cool stuff. The Lampreys, and they're not army builders, but I think I could use my Cobra Hydrofoil because man, that jeez. And I keep trying to tell myself this does not need to be a HasLab. It could just be something we could get basically the size of that Fortnite boat. We could do that, no problem. But I mean, it kind of needs seats for two for sure, and then a gunner, and then space. I feel like that's a HasLab. I really don't like saying that because I mean that's so long wait, but it is time for a Cobra C vehicle next. We'll see. But you were saying second best year for Cobra Troop Builders after 85. Alley, Frag, Heat, Night. Yeah, plus Target and Annihilators. I did like look at the Annihilators. They were very cool. Let's go up to them. 1989, a number, another summer. Sounds of the Funky Drummer. All right, here we go. Here's 89. And yeah. And I kind of feel like I still need a retro version of the Alley Viper that's a little bit sleeker because I have a decent amount of them, but I feel like they're a little too bulky, even though the figures are not streamlined either. Got your Annihilators. Hey, Mr. DJ, chilling backblast. Let's see. The Frag Viper, check. Got Naugahyde. Heat Viper for sure. Bring the heat. Night Viper, absolutely. Target, yes. Stay on target. And then we had Python Patrol, which, outside of Copperhead, I did kind of like them. Yeah, let me see. Are there any cool Cobra vehicle drivers? The Track Viper, Darklon. He's a one-off character. But yeah, these were really great army builders. And you can see 89 outside of Python Patrol, they've got a lot of work to do here with these Joes. So for people going, there's not too much left, there is plenty left, including the Snake Guys, Stalker, and Rock and Roll. So there's a lot more to work into. And I know a lot of people are like, after they hit 87, I'm out. And I kind of like, yeah, but man, there's some really great characters, some really great army builders and figures that would be very cool to add to the collection. So let's not give up yet. David Thanos, Super Friends Wave 2 is hitting GameStops and Walmart. I am not loving GameStop right now. I got my email from them saying my collector premium membership is expiring and it's almost time to renew. And I'm like, man, I don't know what the value's still there anymore because I went to GameStop's website as I'm prone to do. And they've gone crazy with the pricing. Like I almost have to wait for any and all clearance because there you go. The Classified Series Retro Snake Eyes and Polar Bear, $84.99. And if you're a pro, you're in luck. That takes it down to $80.74. But that is full on madness because here on Entertainment Earth, $64.99. How is GameStop trying to stay in business, charging $20 more? That is crazy to me. I mean, if it's one thing, it's $5, whatever. Okay. That is way too much. And then some of the stuff solid, like Hawk, he's a good price, but the retro cars, they're $29. Why? I mean, it is really absurd to me because it's like, what's happening? Why are these figures so much? And they don't need to be. I mean, I was going to GameStop regularly buying figures. And let me pull up Law and Order because that was the one that made me go, what? What are y'all doing? $61.99 for Law and Order. And that is crazy too. So I'm just like, what are y'all doing with this stuff? And they've made it so at $5 that you get every month and the 1% off, maybe another dollar you get from being a premium member. That's solid, but it doesn't matter because they have raised the prices to such a crazy extreme that it's just like, well, that's not really helping me anymore. And let's see over at Entertainment Earth, my affiliate, $46.99 for Law and Order. That is wild. And I just don't get how, I mean, $61.99 and let me see which one am I going to pay for. That's crazy. I think even if you paid and didn't get the free shipping from Entertainment Earth, you still come out cheaper than buying that from GameStop, which is way ridiculous. So I disappointed with that one. Hopefully they get it together because I don't want to stop going to GameStop to get figures. King Collector. The G.I. Joe Classified Real Joe figure collectors is coming together pretty good. I'll probably be done with them by the end of next year at this rate. Yeah, it's wild because people are going, oh, I'm gonna be done with it soon, but there's years of real American heroes still left. Maybe around the 91, 92 wave, I might feel like, okay, let's get on to something more interesting. But there's a ton of other stuff, other aspects of G.I. Joe, not G.I. Joe Extreme. That was not my jam. But Valor versus Venom, there's some cool designs. Excuse me. There's some cool figures still to come from them. So, oh no, I'm in it for the duration. And there's some really great vehicles from that iteration, that time period of GI Joe. So it's like, yeah, I until they pull the plug on classified series, says that's it, we're done. I am excited about every HasLab, every reveal because there's still so many more Joes and Cobras and all the other factions that I want to see in my line. Pulse, boo! I was hoping you weren't going to say Pulse for that dial tone. David Thanos, the crystal ball showed in stock a couple days ago. Oh, okay. So keep checking. I've been reading that some people have also randomly stumbled onto Pulse at odd hours, saw he was in stock. So don't pay the scalpers. Don't feed the scalpers. Just keep having a little patience. Still got one. Good. Still got another dial tone on the way. Where did you get your dial tone from? King Elector. I got dial tone, but I was surprised how hard he was for people to find. I remember him. I don't remember. Yeah, he was not. I mean, for me, it was like, Breaker's the dude. I don't have to have him. But I thought he had a cool outfit, but I didn't understand anybody thinking he was better than Breaker. 1216 Anarchist. Love your Multiverse Justice League. Thank you. I like having them all arranged neatly so I can see them all. I had them a little too crammed up there and it was getting on my nerves. Let me see. I'm trying to see. No email from Pulse yet. Cross all the fingers. I am looking forward to adding Zatanna, not looking forward to whatever price McFarlane is going to charge. His people were throwing out some random numbers in terms of how much she was going to be. We'll see how much she actually is, but I am looking forward to adding her. An elongated man, and Green Arrow, and Black Canary, and a classic Hawkman, and a classic Hawk Girl. Because we're getting close to having that team complete, and they've still got enough time to knock them out. David Thanos checking in with what he picked up this week. I got 2 Superstar Muda Chase, 2 Muda Monday Night Wars Chase, nice. 3 Clear Cenas, Monday Night War Pillman, and ABA Taker, which the Taker is hit or miss. They didn't do a good job on the rag mold and Vega. Oh, that's right. I got to get Vega for the Street Fighter shelf. And I've started the review of the Storm Arena Ken. Looking forward to adding more to that collection. Oh boy. So Undertaker's one you're going to need to see in person. Got you. Doc Avenger. Oh, I got the John Wick. Thank you. That was not me. Pixelated Poses came through with that one. So yes, but glad to hear you got it. As always, feel free to send a photo once you get your figures in the giveaways. Retro Robo. My nephew has a symbiote Spidey from CT Toys, and after handling it, I was pretty amazed. Oh, really? What amazes you about it, Retro Robo? Jalen Parks. Oh man, I didn't realize we were live. Oh yeah, we are. I've been talking for a minute. That was crazy. David Thanos. Before the weekend, I ordered 5 Mudas on the app. They ship and they're all chases. Wow. But send them back to get my money back. I know you were looking for Chase Mudas, and now all of a sudden you're just getting swamped with them. Also ordered 4 Clear Cenas. They came in like they got an AA. Complained to Walmart and they said, keep it. We'll give you a refund. Very good. Rick Cage, made to order and prepay for Horseman figures arrived. Woo! 2 Silver Knights. one Shadowhorn Dwarf, and got my Rapid Squad Bunny Girl Sniper from 5K Toys. All right, good deal. Which was your favorite of what you picked up? Mine, really quick. Oh, I forgot the other one because I forgot to grab them. I got Fantastic Four She-Hulk, and really the easiest layup figure to do right. And I mean, it's a basic repaint, but I'm not upset at all. Although I do have a complaint. On the back of the packaging here, it shows she's got two fists and she's got a peace sign and a thumbs up. But when I was looking at the figure, because I was like, that does not seem right. I distinctly remember seeing photos with her with those weights. And I was like, well, how is that possible if she does not have hands of which to hold them? And it looks like there's a little digital magic going on because there's a picture holding the weights. How does she do that without gripping hands? So this is weird, kind of a little underhanded to show something that you really can't do with a figure. Anyway, so I got her, and I got Chewbacca, the New Hope, new one. I forgot to move him over because for whatever reason they came separately. I got the email from Pulse. Hey, your figures are on the way. They took them out of the account at the same time, but I don't know, whatever. And I got this bad boy. I'm very happy to add my first Aerobot, and I love the fact that I was able to get Silverbolt first, so that's really cool. And Superion will be forming very soon. The Aerobot Superion were some of my favorites simply because I love the idea of the Autobots actually having some planes to battle the Decepticons. So that was cool. Oh man. So I have like this death dealing Final Destination style desk, and it's got a sharp edge that every so often I knock this little rubber peg off here to keep myself from cutting my hand on this sharp edge. And I happened to knock it off, and it was going to be, I'm like, oh, we got a bleeder. So to avoid that, got that squared away, put it back on. What did everybody else get? King Collector. Yeah, I definitely got to get that octopus, not Optimus, spider figure, but 42.14 shipping. I'll wait for AliExpress to get them in stock. CT Toys usually go for 22 on their site. What's the shipping from them? Jamelin. Nah, Jeff. The water moccasin should be about the size of the Fortnite boat. Murray needs all the bells and whistles. It does. It absolutely does. Zzz. We need a classified G.I. Joe wrist figure. Yeah, my friend. I'm working on that list because I'm loving the Energon universe. G.I. Joe. I love the Skybound G.I. Joe Real American Hero. There's so many figures that I've got my wish list going, and it's like, man, these are really, really cool figures and or character designs. I need them represented and classified. And the cool thing is, some of those classified series designs are already showing up in the comic book, like Raptor, direct port from how he looks in the figure form in the comic book. But yeah, there's some others that we need in classified, little, hey, it's time for us to scratch your back, guys. So hopefully we see that soon. I caught it, as always. What's up, Maurice? May the force be with you as well, my friend. Yeah, GameStop might be a little drunk because, like, what's with those prices? RJ Orr, GameStop prices better come with a scholarship for higher education for that price. Yes, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Zzz, come on, how could you not like extreme? They look like steroid junkies. I love it. It was in large part because I was like, why are we canceling G.I. Joe? I'm still enjoying G.I. Joe and going to Toys R Us and KB and buying these figures. And then the G.I. Joe Extreme. Oh man, gosh. I'm trying to think if I hated a remake of something I enjoyed more than I did G.I. Joe Extreme. But oh gosh, it was so bad. And I'm trying to find a good picture of a bad property. And I feel like not even Google wants to go, oh, you want to see what they look like? You don't really want to do that, do you? And oh man, it was such an abomination. It was like they just look like such bootleg versions of actual GI Joes. I just couldn't stand it. It was so bad, and I wonder if I rewatch it, my opinion would change. But gosh, it's like the character design. Oh man, I was so not pleased with those with the designs, and just like, what is this? All right, here we go. Somebody, all right, we gotta see if I can do this. Here's a look of the figures and their bogus snake eyes clone. It's just, what is this? I was so mad. And they didn't have the redhead who was standing in for Scarlet. It's just, what is going on? We got like Flying Brian here. We got Heavy Duty and a permanent Total Justice Crouch. It's just, look, they got the GoPros. So there you go. They've got that going for you. This Snake Eyes looks like a villain. It's man, just too much for me. Can't do it. Those I can't have on my display. So they go that far into the G.I. Joe Classified Series line. That's what I'm gonna be. All right, those aren't getting picked up. Maurice, most of the Joe Cobra figures I want are already out. Just need to get them in my hands. Once that's done, I'll take any others under advisement. Oh man, there's so many cool characters. It is like they have so many, and that is definitely something I plan to do when I get a little time. Just because we all know about the Joes from the cartoons. I really feel like the other half of the 87 characters that weren't showcased in the movie really missed out because we don't have quotable lines like that. Better for you, sweetheart. You ain't staying around here long. I mean, just we don't get those memorable moments with Outback, Psych Out, with Sneak Peek, Crazy Legs, and they're right there. Like, why didn't you pick us? Because Big Lob made his move. But man, the 88, the 89 characters really needed it. And then they got put into that awful cartoon. But there's so many great Joes and Cobras. And then there are comic book characters who they really haven't scratched at yet. So there's a lot more. And this is a line that they can keep going for a long, long time. And I'll be so happy. Harry G. Hey, Jeff Figure Files crew. We on early tonight. Yes, because it is Friday night. And unlike Johnny Kemp or NSYNC, I didn't just get paid, but I gotta make some runs here. But we'll take care of that soon enough. Doc Avenger. So I got an extra Matter Mask and Crossbones thing is Amazon sent it unboxed. The shipping label on the front window. I'm more than willing to put it up for auction. Just got to tell me where to send. Oh, all right, Doc Avenger. Hit me up on here. Do this. Hit me up on my email, which I think you have. Just hit me up there. We'll work out some details on that. That sounds fine. They're hidden. Thank you. All right, let me see here. Because of course she's not open. I see them now. Thank you so much, guys. I'm about to file a grievance. So let's see. Are they there? No, of course, there. You might actually be able to see them. Yeah, but I was like, what is going on? That's terrible. Thank you for calming me back down. I appreciate y'all. Maurice, this was a light week. Thank God. Got the Black Series Chewbacca. Same. The figure artist Peter B. Parker and Mayday. Which one is your favorite of those three? Gingivitis. Did you ever collect DCUC? I wonder if that line will continue in some form when Mattel starts up with the DC license. So funny that you mentioned that. So I did a video of my DCUC collection, just a really short one. Um, but here, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. But yes, I collected them till they stopped making them, till we stopped getting those subscription figures. And I was so mad because I was like, I don't want Bat Zaro. I want more Legionnaires. I want more freedom fighters. I want some of these teams that you're so close to getting completed. Either version of the Justice Society. I would love for Mattel to not do the DCUC figures, but just do a whole better style. Because, man, when I'm pulling those figures out for photos or comparisons to like the Mafex or McFarlane figure, they don't hold up anymore. And because it's such a deep lineup of characters that we're probably never going to see again in figure form, I'm going to keep them. But if Mattel were to just go, we're going to do all these figures and then a whole lot more, and we're going to charge $30, but they're going to be amazing. Like, sign me up. That way I can retire my DCUC figures because they're outdated. It's kind of like having my Toy Biz Marvel Legends, and then the Hasbro ones are making them go like, come on, why you still have them here? But yeah, I definitely collected those. Excuse me. And I had all the DC superheroes, the individual ones. So I had Superman, Steel, Supergirl, Parasite, great figures. Those still hold up. The various Batman characters. It was a really fun line. It was really exciting. With each wave, it was like, oh man, more characters that I need for the line. I feel like for a lot of people, when they started with their G.I. Joe Classified Series collection, that was that fun. I'll take all of them. So I'm really hoping they deliver classic enough versions of all of the characters and not just stick to what's going on in DC Comics now, because I'm not really enjoying DC Comics like I used to. RDR. Hey, nice grab. That's a great retro card. Yeah, that's the retro series that got me all the way back into this. King Collector. 80s Joe's only for me. After the sneak attack, I was out. After that last card with battle armor Cobra Commander on it. Glad you corrected that, Jeff. I was trying to say I don't remember doubts on being popular. I translate them pretty well because sometimes I'm like going all crazy with what I'm writing to, so I understand. And then autocorrect, which never helps at all. Ever helps. Pixelated Poses, what's up, my friend? What's up? My Fantastic Four Hulk and a New Hope Chewbacca arrived. Question, because it seems like you're the third person who ordered this. Now, when you placed your order, did you also order Dash, Han Solo, Marin, who got out earlier? In addition, because it's like, why this random two? Why did this random pair get sent out? I mean, to me, I'd have been like, Han and Chewie, let's get it. I was like, why is She-Hulk cutting the line here? But anyway, it's all good. Henry G got in today. Fantastic Four She-Hulk. First steps, Ben Grimm completes my first steps. Fantastic Four. So how do you like them all together? Are they pretty cool in hand? Russia Robo. My nephew paid less than $20 for it compared to what amazing Yamaguchi normally charges. That was pretty amazing. PSA, Russia Robo does not endorse copyright infringement. Henry G. DC Multiverse, Hawkgirl, Superman Movie Deluxe Theatrical Edition Bundle, Superman Kingdom Come, Gold Label, Batman, Lithograph, Gold Label, WWE John Cena Clear Version, WWE Ultimate Edition Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair, MPU 03, aka Dirge, knockout, but not a knockout. It's that good. Transformers War, what is that? War for Cybertron? Siege Crosshairs, very good. Right, Dilly. I'm glad y'all pointed that out to Jeff. I was about to throw away the She-Hulk package with those hands still inside. David Thanos, no wonder GameStop might be going broke. Yeah, because man, it's like the thing was, y'all remember, I was like, go to GameStop. They've got all this stuff. They're the same price as Target, Walmart, etc. And I was going there like every week, making my runs, checking them out, like, oh, cool. Look what I got from GameStop. I always feel like that is better than charging your customers out from buying the same stuff. You can walk 2 stores down to a Target or Walmart. Why would I pay $20 more for a figure at your stop? It's your stop. Ryan, if they keep the scale consistent, the Moray would be 6 or 7 inches longer than the Snowcat. I know. I was trying to think of my shelf space, but and I'm also trying to figure the Moray might be one of those where it's like, well, surely you can get more than one. That's that cool. Brian P. Surprise Friday figure files. When did this start? Wow, almost an hour ago. That's crazy. Well, that was going fast. It's all good, Brian. I have to keep everybody on their toes. Oh, and classified trench viper. What do you think about that, Henry? Big Jen, my junior high girlfriend. That's my time reading Fantastic Four. Cool pickup, DJ Jazzy Jeff, with 12 Days of Christmas remix. Oh man, we're still in October. October. In August. I'm like zooming ahead and we're not even close. That's how far away we are from Christmas. And I've got a lot more figures to get before then. Did you read anything before? Because Fantastic Four is a great read. And if you have not, I highly recommend it. Maurice, I can't recall seeing anything from G.I. Joe Extreme. I'm so happy for you. Keep it that way. Maybe I'll blank them out. Either way, keep it that way. Excellent question. Where are you guys getting dial tone? Ryan, yesterday I got She-Hulk, Page Puncher, Wonder Woman, 2 retro Cobra Troopers, and 2 retro Snow Serpents, plus this little Hot Wheels G.I. Joe Sky Striker, which is awesome and adorable. I wonder if you can have Gung Ho playing with that, because that'd be kind of fun. And having Stalker in the jetpack going, Gung Ho, will you get out of the picture? Jalen, I am no G.I. Joe Extreme fan. However, hear me out. A classified Iron Claw could really be dope. That's true. That's true. And of course, the villains look a little bit more visually interesting, even though they tried so hard, a little too hard to make the G.I. Joes interesting as well. Man, they wish they looked like they're from Toy Soldiers animated movie, Retro Robo. Corey Flood. What's up, Corey? Iron Claw was a good looking figure. All right, for those of you who don't know, let's pull up what Iron Claw looks like. Let me see. Let's go with the real legit version before I go to some other looks of him so you can see for yourself. And yeah, absolutely. Iron Claw would make for a great looking classified series figure. You can already see how cool Lenny and Tony would make him look. I mean, the skull, head sculpt, the skull mask, the bandana. Excuse me. He is rocking a really cool look. Okay, so maybe I'll retract my previous statement of not buying any G.I. Joe Extreme figures. I would buy an Iron Claw. And then there was another picture that just looked kind of cool that I need to show y'all too. Oops, that's going to be too small. But let's see how quickly I can blow that up for you. And you can see that, oh, this figure would be dope. So there you go. I mean, yeah, he would look really cool. They can kind of borrow a lot of those elements from the Iron Grenadier and call it a day. But yeah, okay. You all convinced me. An Iron Claw figure would be great. King Collector. I didn't see any of G.I. Joe Extreme. Didn't even know about it. But those figures look like bootlegs of bootlegs. Maurice, most of my Joe nostalgia is more tied with the comics than the cartoon. Cool. So you know there's still more characters to get. Corey, Big Lob should never ever be made into a figure. He's so embarrassing. What is embarrassing about Big Lob? He's wearing a jersey like Bazooka. He's got a grenade strapped to his across his shoulder, like so many Joes. He's got big cargo pants, like so many Joes, and he talks in sports cliches. What is embarrassing about him? Trench Viper the other day, man, they look cool. Documentary, nice. How many did you get? Lawson, is it live or is it Memorex? Both. And then I'm going to release this special edition on Betamax. So stay tuned for that one. What's up, Lawson? Ryan Daly. I'll be done collecting regular classified Joes and Cobras by the end of next year. It's only vehicles that'll keep me in classified after that. Oh, okay. Which vehicles are you looking for? Maurice, they got delivered early in the stream, so I haven't had a chance to unbox them properly, but I got to go the figure art set. Mayday is just that adorable. Very cool. King Elector. Corey, I have been waiting for Big Lob. He was the only one I didn't have back in the day. Yeah, well, they didn't make him back in the day. And I was like, we had so many more Joes after G.I. Joe the movie. It just was like, why is there no Pythona or Big Lob? They got made for the movie. Why are they not in the Real American Hero line? They could have thrown them in any wave. And we had tons of waves coming out after that, where it's like, just throw them in there. We'll all be excited and happy. Lefty. This week's mail pickups: G.I. Joe Trench Viper, Gamerverse War Machine versus Omega Red, Mezco Golden Age Robin, nice, Masterverse Ninja, oh man, and NECA Count Von Count. Oh, oh, oh. What do you think about Ninja? How is he? Because he looks like he's super cool. Lawson, got Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, check. Dark Stars, Dark Archer, I forgot about him. RC, Street Fighter 2, Vega, Mythic Legion, Silver Knight, Sagat, Kite Man, heck yeah, Trench Viper, and Cobra Modular Fortification, and Blokey's Soundwave. I forgot because I was so pressed. If you can see him, I got a Nightwing, and he's there already on the shelf. This figure is like Power Girl. He's an amazing figure by himself, only ruined by the scale. It's like, gosh, Todd. I mean, seriously, that figure is so good. I am just so disappointed that we don't have a ruler in McFarlane Toys, because if he was scaled properly, that figure would be amazing. But he's not, because take a look at this photo. He is taller. He's not better, but he's taller than Batman. It's like, no. This figure looks so good. That super oversized Hugo Strange, that one actually scales better, like Batman should to Nightwing. It's like, man, y'all were so close with the ultimate Nightwing figure, because he is otherwise so well done. Like, I was like, man, this is a great Nightwing figure. I mean, look at that. Those colors pop. They got those yellow wing deals, pretty cool. That's a George Perez looking hair sculpt or head sculpt. They even threw a little blue shading in the hair to really give you that comic book look. I did wish they had done a little darker blue here to get that full-on shading throughout, but man, that scale is just so infuriating. So pull up this last one I did, because I was like, this is how they should look. But man, if he were that size to the Nightfall Batman, but he's not. But yeah, that one was another pickup I forgot to mention. Maurice, I ordered Han, Shu, and Marin. Marin came in early this month, and Han is still MIA. I wonder if Boba Fett got him. And Fantastic Four She-Hulk as well. So, what's your favorite of those, Lefty? Lawson. Also pre-ordered Boss Fight Studios Hellboy's figures today. Nice. We showed them earlier, so yeah. Pixelated Poses. I didn't order any other Black Series. I'm doing my best to only get figures for the Detention Rescue. Chewie was the last one needed. Oh, wow. Why such a specific moment in Star Wars? Lawson, looking forward to tomorrow's Four Horsemen Figura Obscura drop. How much are those going to be? Doc Avenger. Have any of you ever seen the Marvel United game figures? I'm painting them now. Done a few Avengers and working on X-Men. Just finished Storm. Now got to get the DC Universe one when they come out. I have not. I've never even heard of these. Man, autocorrect is, I mean, you would think that would get smarter. It's getting dumber. It is so annoying. JMC. What's up, Jeff and crew? What's going on, my friend? How are you? Lefty, 2 GameStops in my area closed and consolidated into another nearby store. More foot traffic at the open location, I suppose. Well, not with these prices. They're going to be closing more and more. Jamelin, I need to recognize David Thanos for helping me get both versions of Multiverse Hawkgirl. I also got the 3 Abyss 4 Shark guys from 5K last week. Nice. Shout out to David Thanos, looking out for the community as always. Jamlin, this week I got a bunch of, I almost don't want to say how many Cobra modular fortifications and a package that I just got and haven't opened yet. What's in the box? What's in the box? Um, so with the Cobra, the modular trench deal, what did you set up? And can you send a photo of what that looks like? And I promise I won't judge. Yeah, man. I pre-ordered it from Pulse too. Where's Dial Tone? I may need to do that too. But then I got to figure out something else to get me up to 80. No, we've not. I will do that very soon, actually. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Hasbro Pulse shipped Dial Tone a couple months ago. Best bet is some Canadian retailers now. Hey, I might have to do that because I mean it would be dumb not to get Dial Tone who's been out. My Dial Tone came from Big Bad Toy Store. I got mine way earlier than anyone else I know, like months earlier. It was so weird because normally it's just like, there you go, but he is crazy. You did, Corey. And when you said, I was like, but then I could just quickly imagine how the classified series team would, what does he say? Juju him up, and that would be pretty fun. Aaron, Big Bad Toy Store shipped almost 60 days ahead of Pulse. Just didn't want to pay shipping. Exactly. Big Lob makes his move. He shoots. He scores. Will it go in? Yes. Come on, man. No way. Retro Robo. Dial Tone is like Bigfoot or aliens for me. Sure, some people say they've seen him in the wild, but I kid. Been waiting since it went up for pre-order. Same. Henry G. Man, Jeff, I usually don't get around to opening my pickups hauls for a few days. I'm not going to tell you how long it takes me to open mine. So absolutely no judging here. But I'm really digging Hawkgirl. I laid off of MCU figures, but I had to have a representation of the MCU Fantastic Four. Yeah, see, that's the thing with them where it's like I like those outfits, but will I like the ones in Avengers Doomsday more? Who can say? Who can say? Excuse me, Doc Avenger 2. They need Dr. Venom and Quinn Satin. Excuse me again. Jeez. Henry G. Trench Viper is pretty cool. I only got one. I thought I ordered two, but guess not. Yeah, that I feel like for something where people would buy a whole lot to build up their fort, maybe they should have just released that on its own and a Trench Viper separately. Because that's what stopped me from buying it. I was like, this is cool, but I don't need more rando Vipers because there's still plenty more Vipers to come, I assume. So, yeah, I didn't grab that one yet. My week was pretty good. Busy, but that's solid. I'm not mad at having a busy week. I feel like there's something else that I just opened up this week. Now I'm looking around trying. Oh, I was catching up on my Masterverse figures. Speaking of taking months and months to open up stuff, but I was really excited. Those figures never disappoint me. Like I had the first He-Man and Man at Arms, and they had that really loose ankle joint or shin joint right at the boot cuff. And I could pose them and they'd be fine. But man, these new ones, the new Eternia figures, every joint is tight. And it's like, yes, just the way I like. So really happy with those. Pixelated pose. There's no way Big Lob's outfit meets regulations. I love the comics until they started killing characters in some desert battle. I understand that one was pretty traumatic. And yeah, I have absolutely no idea how Big Lob passed regulations. His outfit is absolutely insane. There's no way that, oh, right. I forgot about him. Yeah. For the G.I. Joe mini series, mini arc where they had that war, they were killing off a ton of characters, and it was like, what is going on? But yeah, it was something. They haven't been killing as many characters of late, which is good, except for one character who I will not mention. But I think they understand we don't need to kill them. We just write them off for a while and bring them back when we need to. Ryan Daly. Curated collections is better for my mental health and what could laughably be called financial responsibility. I understand. Lawson. Trench Viper is pretty cool, but I only bought one of them. In the past, I would have bought two or three, but my wallet is experiencing major fatigue lately. Throw in the dang towel. Yeah, I understand, Lawson. It is real. Zzz. Come on. How many of y'all actually said they're going to quit collecting G.I. Joe? But as soon as the new ones come out, you'll be back. Yeah, I would never make that statement because I'm that's the line where it's like, yeah, y'all gonna keep making them. I'm with you. And I feel like if Mattel's DC figure line is good, great, or at least compatible or comparable to Marvel Legends, because I'm not this, they've got to scale properly with Marvel Legends. How many times do I need them crossing over and fighting them? It's not like Batman and Deadpool are teaming up anytime soon. Wait, but that's one where they could go for a long time and I'd buy basically every figure that's not just a Superman and Batman variant because there's so many and they could go 4 years, 10 waves, whatever. And if they keep pumping out great characters, that's one I'm not going to be very selective with either. Rick Cage. Jeff, junior high, I was 15. It's when I religiously read comics. I saw Jen come in to give Ben a break. And what I loved about Fantastic Four, it was Star Trek type superheroes. Yeah. That John Byrne run was excellent. And I'm trying to think which, if I have them, how I have my Fantastic Four collected. So I have the Omnibus, Kirby and Lee, I think the first volume. And then I have all the Byrne run, like all of it. I think in the Epic Collection format. Either way, really happy to have those. Who's your last temptation, Ryan? Which one was that? King Collector? Aaron, I always do Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot, so I get a ton of figure ship for like $4 or $5 for everything. That's amazing. I just started because I was just getting random stuff and I was like, whatever, $4 shipping. But man, having that pile of loot ship, big fan. And I'm pretty sure y'all were telling me, oh, it's awesome. And y'all were right. Brian P. Got Fantastic Four She-Hulk like everyone else. Ghost Spider, and I had to add Beyonder to an Amazon order to get free shipping. Let me see here. Check your Target if you have like Target Circle, because I mentioned that I got Silverbolt, but one thing they had a spend 60 get $10 off, so it's able to use that and then use the $5 gift card from them. So I got him for cheaper. And I was deciding between Silverbolt and the Decepticons or the Constructicon 2-pack. I was like, let's go with Superion or Silverbolt first. Now I can have some incentive to start building up my aerial bots. But maybe you did get it, so check it out. Aaron Easton, Mezco Franklin's Sparky Foreman is fire. My official 5th Mezco Dick Tracy character. Oh, that's cool. That seems like a line that would be really fun to get into. I'm glad to hear you like it. Lefty, Ninja is fan freaking tastic. Utah, I got 2. Walmart, trash. Were the only ones that had them at retail price, sold out after they were delivered. Yeah, he's one I definitely want to get. Lawson, McFarlane scaling issues have always been baffling. It is the main issue that I have with McFarlane Multiverse. Other than that, is that they do figures sometimes with tiny heads and lanky bodies. Very true. Yeah. So I mean, those figures I'm not gonna get rid of because I feel like they've done some really cool stuff. But man, if huge if Mattel comes through with their DC figures, I'm gonna be like the biggest champion of their line. I did not buy Connor Hawk because his scale was just totally egregious to me. I was like, no, I won't do it. Or Firestorm? Firestorm is there. His scale doesn't bother me as much, but yeah, I don't mind him being taller. because he's two dudes fused together, and really, as long as he's not like towering over Superman, he's the main one I care about for all of them. Lefty, the Trench Viper is my favorite pickup of the week. Canceled 2 of the 3 I ordered, and I think I regret it. That's because they had too much stuff coming out all at once. I was like, no, stop putting out all this great stuff at once. I got to make decisions. Lawson also got Spirit Spider, Game Reverse, and Batman version 2 this week. Very cool. Jamlin, nah, I'll tell you guys, I'm among my people. Yes, you are. I got 5 Trench Vipers and forts. I only opened and assembled 1 so far. How is it to put together? Did you have fun with it? Jamlin, side note, I've seen a few reviews, but it doesn't look like anyone who reviewed it got more than 1. The timing of it was terrible. And if there were some takeaways for the classified series team with the HasLab, it's not to put a bunch of stuff specific to your line coming out the same time period as your HasLab. That was just crazy. It was like, we've got all these new figures dropping. We got Crystal Ball coming. It's like, but you just want us to plunk down all this money for the Snowcat. And if you're trying to budget, or as Ryan said, be financially responsible, that gets a little dicey. That means all the other stuff gets canceled, especially for something like that, where it's, part of the fun is stacking and building and buying multiples. And people are like, instead of 5, I'm going to get 1. I did hear, let me see if I can confirm this for myself, that let's get to it. There we go. That the Sentinels might be delayed, which, if that is the case, I'm going to be so happy and so ecstatic, because I did not need them coming anytime soon. Let me do this really fast, because I'm sure a bunch of you will be happy to hear that as well. Let me see if there are any other ones while I'm doing this. All right, great. View details. View the deets. Well, I don't have any change on mine. It says October 1st for my 2 Sentinels. So we'll see how that works out. Lawson, I may have an extra regular Hawkgirl figure if anyone is still looking. Known as Mike, as a Legends collector, I'm jealous of you G.I. Joe guys. Why is that? Because I feel like Legends is doing some great stuff. Boston, I collect both, and the Marvel Legends side of me is also jealous of my G.I. Joe Classified Series side. Really? Pixelated poses. My collection's gotten out of hand. I had to impose limits. Lots more X Teams, Avengers, and a couple more Joes, and 1 or 2 more Studio Series 8. I don't know why. I always read SS Survivor Series, and I know we're not talking about that. It is just when I was writing back in the day, making my VCR tapes and having the label and doing colorful stuff, I would put SS. 86 Transformers on the way. There are still a ton of them. All right. I collect both lines, and yeah, Jedi Classified is burying Legends in terms of output, quality, and lineup. If I had to narrow my collection down to just 2 lines, it would come down to Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe. Boy, I wish. Jamlin, oh, the box had a head in it, a roaming bear head, and a full-up polar bear, and a commando dude with pink heads. Nice. So you got to let me know how fun that is to put together. Doc Avenger, I know some people did. I feel like Lawson might have had problems with it. It's too late now? Because I thought you had until the 29th to fix that problem. What's up, Snake Eyes? Good to see you. Ryan, Doc, Thunder, Crankcase, Heavy Metal, Breaker, Crazy Legs, Quick Kick, Cool Breeze, Sneak Peek, Maverick, Avalanche, DJ, Blocker, Blaster, Knockdown, all killed in action in Benzin, Trucial, Abysma. Abysmia? Yeah, it was rough out there. Don't forget the Saw Viper, too, because they definitely took care of him. Oh, you got 3 versions of the Joe one. I wonder if people are going to be upset that they didn't get the Cobra one and stock up on the Joe set. Yes, I did see that. I thought they were saying that around Comic-Con. There was a ton. And you know, of course, Battle Force 2000, they all got wiped out in one attack. So it was like, whoa. And one of them survived. It was crazy. It was wild. But we're talking about Marvel Legends. So let's see here. Let me do this. I'm only getting 82, 85 Joes, but I came very, very close to making an exception for the Dreadnoks. Had Zoran in my cart 3 times when she was super cheap, but my resistance held firm. Wow. So no Xandar and Zorana, huh? Zorana? No, it was you. Falcon may have fallen on his face. Exactly. I mean, they have some misses too. Oh, yes, sir. I know all about that. And I've been listening to Niner radio talk like a madman. And, you know, you would think I was out in California with as often as I'm listening to the sports talk radio and Niner focused podcasts. It's like I know the streets that people are complaining about have too much traffic. Corey, Joe Classified is on the clock. I'm here until they complete the 87 wave. I'm not sticking around for Gridiron. What? And Stretcher, maybe Ice Cream Soldier. Oh, Corey, you're missing out. Gridiron was fun. Oh, let's see. Legends I collect because they sometimes have a Marvel character that I like. Classified because figures hit a home run. Well, not that first Falcon who tripped on the way to first base. I think Marvel Legends has more figures coming out than G.I. Joe, where G.I. Joe can spend more time getting the figure down just right. And again, they do have some misses, so it's not like they're flawless with their victories. What's up, bro? How you doing? Good to see you as always. King Collector. I'm gonna be done with Joe's when I get all the ones I grew up on. Just like Transformers and Thundercats, I might upgrade if I see a better scope, but being done with the line feels good. Man, it's wild because I'm just like, I wonder what that feels like. Feels good. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's get into these new Marvel Legend figures that we were shown this week. Let's start off with. Too many windows open. Okay, let's do the first one. So that means let's go to let's go to Amazon. Let's do that. And there are people who are upset about a set of figures they did not care about being available. And it's like, I thought we didn't care about this, but this set is still available for everyone who does want it. It's the Iron Man and Mandarin, not the Mandarin we wanted, and maybe not the one we deserve. But we do have this set, and as I said it when I saw the figure, this Iron Man Extremis is great. I love the colors. He's really bright. He stands out, and he's got new articulation. I mean, the ab joint. He's got the ab crunch. He's got the floating torso deal. Butterfly shoulders look like they've got better range too. You hit that full on superhero landing. Great. He's a nice looking figure, and they did a great job with him. The Mandarin, not so much. So some people, I'm trying to remember who it was, so I give them the appropriate credit. Of course, I can't remember. I think maybe it's John Morrissey. So Mandarin, during this comic book art, he has the rings, the 10 rings, fused to his spine. So that's why no rings on this hand. Now, I would still say, I mean, I'm going to give them credit. This is accurate. I don't even need to say technically. It's accurate for him not to have rings on his hand. However, they did take the time to sculpt rings here. And part of having a Marvel Legend figure with multiple hands is the ability to, hey, let me do some more dynamic poses. But if they're not right, like if the fists have the rings and the shriveled clawed hands don't, you can't do this really accurately. That doesn't look right. So we're both right. Hasbro for actually sticking authentic to a comic book art. Me for saying if you're going to throw in the rings, they should be on all the figures. Surely you could find some other figures with clawed hands or clawed fingernails to do the thing because it's just, I don't know. And I still greatly think this Mandarin figure is highly, highly underwhelming because it's just like we got this small suit body, and it's just like the expression is just, "Hey guys, what's up? Or where are we going to now?" I hate the way this tie looks because it really should be a slit here and not all cobbled together. I mean, we all know it's a toy, but we don't need like that toy reminder. This is a toy. Um, but I feel like the price is fair, $49.99. So can't be upset, can't complain about that. That's fine. But boy, what a letdown, at least for me. Now, I know some of y'all were not happy with that. Let me see. Oops. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to your chat comments in just a second. So that was the Mandarin 2-pack. And then we got more figures. This one I was really excited about. Storm and Wolverine, and still there. You can still pre-order them. So no funniness with, oh, it's a pre-order, but it sold out magically. No, still got them there. And compared to some other figures, this is a really great price. $49.99 for 2 figures. That's a good deal. I mean, $50 for 2 figures. There you go. 25 per Marvel Legend, a 2-pack, $50. The math adds up. The math does actually math there. So looking forward to this. I know some people are like, this stripe is all wrong. And it's like, okay, I guess so, but I don't know. Not gonna quibble on it. Storm has enough of an upgrade for me to make it worthwhile. Then where was one more set? Maximum Deadpool got released or shown. He's going to be up for pre-order next Tuesday for everybody who does want this guy. He's coming with dupe. Dupe looks pretty good. But it's one of those deals where it's like, oh man, said it in the reaction video. Deadpool's had so many figures. He would be such a hard sell because they can only add in so much stuff that makes this figure look fresh and original. It's just, there you go. But it's like, great. We've already got pretty comparable Deadpool figures. And this one has good articulation. It's got that enhanced deal, but it's just, to me, not enough for a $50 price tag. That's the same as what you're getting with Storm and Wolverine. And dupe does not count as a figure in this case. Yeah, he's got articulated arms, but that's it. So it's not like, oh man, look at all this articulation on dupe. I see where they spent all the money. Nope. Deadpool has some cool guns, but it's like it's not enough, to quote Harley Race. So, and then a lot of these hand sculpts, we've already seen them before. It's just they keep going with the Maximum series, but I have not found one that feels like, oh man, that's awesome. I've got to get it. Maybe with Thor, we'll see that. Yes, maybe with this guy, the Maximum series Thor. I'll be like, great, let's make it happen. I'll buy this one because I mean he would benefit from updated articulation. We're already seeing all these figures have more articulation, so with Thor getting that extra level of detail, hopefully butterfly shoulders, that'd be great. So still holding out hope there. All right, RJ Orr. I was heavily debating on preparing to get Max Deadpool, but after looking at my San Diego Comic-Con one and what it came with, I'm holding out till the future. Maybe Christmas? Maybe so. Zzz. How many of you would like to collect Marvel Rivals figures if they made them? I was looking at the art design and I love it. Well, it seems like they're going to be making some according to some of the leaked lists. So there you go. Jalen, I feel you, Jeff. I've had a lot of orders come in lately, but I haven't been making new purchases since the cat. Yeah, I should say that. Hard act to follow. How many of the original 12 Joes are left to make? 13. Let's see. Flash, Grand Slam, and they're really easy. It's basically paint Grand Slam silver after you make the mold for Flash. Give him a different head sculpt. We're all good. Give him a jetpack just for fun too. So Flash, Grand Slam, Zap, and is that it? I think that that's it. Yeah, that's it. They're really close to being done. Just wild. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to adding a Mobat at some point. So hopefully they don't forget. Henry G. Oh man. My friends, I hate to keep harping, but if you see Crystal Ball, keep me in mind. And if I may, Platinum Hawkgirl, Platinum Superboy, and Platinum Steve Trevor. I hate to keep posting, but man, please, you look out for too many people to apologize for asking for anything. Just ask away. You're all good. Actively hunting for these with no luck. Thanks, peeps. So yes, if you see these, take a screenshot so you can help our guy Henry G out. Because again, he's really looked out here for everybody here in the community. So definitely, if you see them in your area, let him know. Thank you. What's up, Ski Raider? At ease, sir. The mod for it was a cinch to assemble. That's good to know. Russia Robo, does anyone have a line as first to be canceled because you prioritize G.I. Joe, Marvel, or DC? For me, it's been Transformers. Thankfully, I don't need as many of those, but I got to build Devastator. I think for some lines like Masterverse, I'm able to go back and pick them up later without having to pay ridiculous, hey, you waited too long surcharge, except for Merman. He's just super expensive. But yeah, so for my figure priorities, I just get what I really like first. And then other stuff, I'll get them on the back end. So that is definitely the case there. Pulse is open to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Excuse me. Reveals. Well, we just saw Maximum Series Deadpool, so I wouldn't say Maximum Series Thor. Well, there's a lot of stuff we've seen or have been hinted at in a leak list. So I'll go with one of those and then two figures I hope to see that have not been mentioned. I think because my buddy Preternius said Strong Guy is probably going to get shown tomorrow. And I assume he's just going to be a re-release of the Build-A-Figure. If so, hopefully they include something new for people who missed out. And then of course the Black Bolt and Triton 2-pack that was also mentioned in leak lists. So for me, I would love to see this is my new Banshee, and I'm so excited that I don't have to say Banshee anymore. You're like, y'all have no idea how excited I am to not have to say we need Banshee in the green and yellow. He is done. X Factor Beast, and because we've got two of them in their original colors, Beast in his blue and red attire. My other figure that I would really like to see, boy, there's so many still. Should I go with the villain? Let's not go with the villain. Let's go with another hero. And let's go to some more team completion because we need that. Let's go with Yellow Jacket or Falcon or Triathlon. There you go. So there's 4. But those are my predictions. Legends choices of figures is what bugs me, Jeff. Same old all the time. Occasionally a classic figure version of a character or a character lacking representation. Only occasionally. I mean, I always look at it with them. They're helping my wallet because I'm into too many lines. WWE, Marvel Legends, Transformers, Studio Series, 86. Need to specify. Jado Classified Series, which is a masterful collection that is all about, hey, every release we make, you want to buy our figures. There's also Star Wars The Black Series. There is, what else am I collecting? Looking over to the side. Any cool Mafex DC comic book figures? Yes. Let's see what else. Star Wars, Transformers, NECA, their Sesame Street figures. Everyone is cops. So I'm fine when they give us, hey, here's a Captain America going like this. I'm cool. And I always have to keep in mind there are people who, are lapsed or just never got into the line. And then they're getting into Marvel Legends in 2025. And they're like, the price for a Captain America figure is $75, or you can get a new one in 2025 for $25. Great. So y'all have at it. I don't need to buy it, but I think it's helpful because they need to keep those big heavy hitter A-listers out there. I mean, we see this every line. We see it with McFarlane. I mean, how many Superman and Batman figures have we gotten? Jada Toys is doing repaints, player 2 versions of some of the characters already. It's just the nature of the game. How many Luke Skywalkers, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Darth Vader figures have we seen? I don't know why Marvel Legends is the one that gets hit with this because every line has popular characters. If you're a WWE fan collector, you know they do like a Roman Reigns, John Cena, Cody Rhodes. Every wave, it's just like, oh boy, Rey Mysterio. I mean, they're just some popular characters they crank out over and over again. And it's just, all right, well, I don't have that one to worry about adding to the list to budget with this figure because I got to get this new one. And they have done much better than they were when the MCU was in its heyday, where it was like, oh man, we got 3 MCU waves. We've got 1 or 2 comic book waves for us. Now it's just you chose the wrong comic book look. And by wrong, meaning not the one that I wanted. So, I mean, they've got the license extended. They're good. So they're going to keep making these figures. When they make the ones that I want, I'm going to be happy because they've made really great figures in these last few years. Rom, Crystar, Banshee in his green and yellow outfit. We were getting Excalibur, Rachel Summers, Farrell, 2 team builders that we were like, we need these teams completed. They're finally getting them. So I know people aren't as happy with Marvel Legends as they were when it first came out, but I think they're still doing some really good stuff. They're doing made to order figures like Mephisto, who was like, are they all ever going to do him right? We are now. We got Dragon Man, who's an awesome figure. So, I don't know. I know people are happy with everything they do, but they make so much stuff that I can wait for something, a better version, but I don't know. I have the same gripes that I do with Marvel Legends that I do with every line, except for Transformers, except for G.I. Joe Classified series. But ironically, they're the ones that they can do whatever they need to for them. But it's all good. King Elector. I'm so glad they're finally making that classic Cyclops with the Buccaneer boots. And I like Jean in that outfit. I will be upgrading her. Yes, sir. So, speaking of, let's go to my guy, Dan, on the marketing team because he was reading Twitter and he was like, oh my gosh, y'all aren't happy. So, let's see this. Let me see. There was, oh, here we go. Let's start with this one because this was one I think a lot of people were like, no, this Mandarin just won't do. Dan tweeted this out on Tuesday. Today, exclusively at Amazon, this Marvel Legends 2-pack should be up. I can't guarantee for international, but whatever. Iron Man is updated and fun. In the future, we might do Mandarin in different looks. I've never known them to say anything unless they've already got it in the works. So I'm going to assume we're going to see Mandarin in some different looks. Now, what those different looks are, who can say? But I feel really encouraged by that. Then we got some more stuff. Say we're getting the 2-pack. They came through, no problem. Pre-order was really easy. Gene and Scott will be in September, but he gave us some more details, more info, all this stuff. And yes, pre-order September 3rd. Jeffrey, get ready. I'm ready. Looking forward to these. Premium members have a 1-hour exclusive period starting at 1 o'clock. These will be copped right away at 1 o'clock. Cannot wait. So much better articulation on this Marvel girl. I can get rid of the abomination that I'm still looking at on my desk. Cyclops. I don't like the way the belt is hanging. We saw it at Comic-Con where it's fixed and it's not riding so high. You can see his trunks, which is great. Don't know why in these pictures it looks like that, but they do have it fixed, so we know that's coming. Look, Marvel Girl actually has articulation. That's a novel concept. So that's good. Really looking forward to these figures joining my collection. I actually like the older boots that had a little bit more of a drop down. So what I'm wondering and hoping that I can swap them out with the old one and actually put those on this figure. But yeah, really looking forward to getting these two. And yeah, and if they come out this year, they may sneak into my top 10 Marvel Legends in 2025 list. So we'll see. Shameless. Man, I'm tripping. Also ship my pile of loot. Silver 7 Baroness and Bat on clearance. RZA, Sharp, Cover Girl, Sagat, Blanca, Bluegrass, Steel Will, and Crystal Ball arrived as well. Nice. Did you get the 4-pack of the Silverhawks? What's up, Hustle SM? Hard act to follow. I wish they would find a way to get us a refrigerator Perry figure, exclusive or not. Yeah, man. Rage. Because I mean, the Sergeant Slaughter figure is awesome. Fridge, I just thought he was so fun. It was like, man, this is dope. He had a football jersey. He had a football mace. I mean, how can you beat that? You cannot. RJR, I'm praying emoji, praying Inhumans 2 packs that were leaked on the panel tomorrow. I hope so too. Those Ghost Vipers look great. I thought that was Iron Man and Hit Monkey. And it's dropping. What's dropping pretty soon? Doc Avenger Mandarin is a get. I can't believe I bought the old green one for $24. It's not a terrible price for that figure. Still waiting for that Mystique drop. Mystique isn't going to be now. Keep in mind, now I know there's all kinds of panic with Target pre-orders that sell out, but outside of Psylocke and Thanos, everything else is available and hits clearance at Target. So there's panic about Savage Land Professor X. The lowest I saw him was $749. Jean Grey in her X Factor gear. Oh no, she's sold out. She's everywhere, and you can find like 8 on the pegs now in my stores. Your stores in your region may vary, but she's not hard to find. She's available on the website. Weapon X Wolverine sold out for pre-orders. He's going to be all over on their pegs. Mystique, same deal. You won't miss these figures. They're going to be there, and they're going to be like, oh gosh, all they have this Mystique figure. She'll be there. Don't worry. Jalen. Yeah, Jeff. I saw that Iron Man set. Who knew that Marvel team would get his Freedom Fighters Uncle Sam head? RJ, yeah, they are. It's just the detail on the paint, detail on the pictures, but they are. Each one is painted individually. It looks like from those pictures, they're sculpted individually too. So they're not all just one little slot deal. Some have a diamond deal to them. So it's good. You caught that one too, huh? Oh, Aaron, he's got so many different looks, man. They don't even have to make plastic come for him. Maurice, that Iron Man is worth it, but the Mandarin is meh. Besides, way too many pre-orders due in November. Yeah. Oh no. So she has the bicep articulation, which is very helpful to every figure, and it just shouldn't even be an option at this point. So because I didn't get a chance to bash her earlier, allow me to do so now. So this Marvel girl, single, no bicep joint whatsoever. So she's doubly terrible on that end and just not at all helpful to any of us. There you go. So you can see sort of kind of, and she's just bad. So all the figures need to have that. So she's got that. They've changed up her arms so she has a smoother looking double jointed elbow piece, and I think that's all the changes. She has a new head sculpt, of course, but yeah, I mean, I like Storm, like that outfit, so can't have enough of it. Storm fire, yeah. I mean, Russia Robo. I said this to some people in the comments. The Emma Frost is boy, she's disappointing. I'm not expecting anyone. And the fact that we're not getting that Spider Woman mold that they did way back in the day, which to me, and I guess they use that same mold with Rogue, that's the one that looks more like a figure that, I mean, it's so weird because they'll do different body types for dudes, but for the women, it's like, no, absolutely not. The pearls, where are they? Yeah, it's a little weird, but they just won't do that. And I mean, I would love to see Storm look more like Storm does in the comics. I'd love for Emma Frost to look more like she does in comics, but they just won't do that. And they're never going to do that. Even Deadpool can't comprehend that $50 price tag. Justice Demon, Plenty of past Deadpool figures would come with this level of accessories too. The Juggernaut built a figure wave. Deadpool had just as much, and he was way cheaper. And that came out 2016. I said, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, we shouldn't have any problem getting that set either. What website is this? Pulse. I didn't even know about the brown suit Wolverine and Storm pre-order. I need Wolverine. All right, I gotta get Storm. I did a whole video on it. I don't feel bad because you're not watching my videos. Yeah, I mean, I hope he does. I mean, they've only done a cape with Doctor Doom, but yeah, I mean, he should. Or yeah, maybe he doesn't need a cloth cape. Maybe he needs a really, really soft cape so it doesn't weigh him down like other cape figures. But it'd be great for him to have that. Jalen, that Deadpool looks pretty decent, but he's an easy pass for me. I'd love to get Duke, but I'm not convinced we'll get the complete ecstatics anytime soon. I don't really associate Duke with Deadpool. Me neither. Um, refrain from spoiling. But yes, I mean, Ecstatics was such a great comic, and those character designs are awesome. They would be great looking figures. Maybe some they need to try to figure out how to make them work, especially with their, I mean, the likeness down. But they would be great figures. Hopefully, we can see them. He's been mentioned in leaked lists. So Maximum Thor has not been officially announced by Hasbro, but he's been in several leaked list lineups as the next one after Deadpool, who was not officially announced until this week. So since Deadpool is right, since Hulk and Spider-Man were right, gotta assume that Thor is correct as well. Man, I need I would wonder if we need a Mobat HasLab or if they could just do that in the Pulse and make it a little bit more expensive. Maybe just charge 200 for it. And because it doesn't need a lot of stuff. It's just like a box essentially, but it needs to be a somewhat detailed box for our classified series figures. So we need Steeler to be in the turn, and then just slots for two figures to sit in the front. That's it. I don't need anything more for a Mobat. There are other tanks they do that are a little bit more involved, a little bit more intricate. Do that for them. But for the Mobat, just keep it basic. I'm fine with that. Yeah, the Captain Marvel figure had that too. You're right. Documentary, I cut back on Black Series and completely ignore Transformers. Gosh, please no. Justice Demon, still need me a modern X Factor style multiple man. I wonder if they would get away with doing that. I mean, actually do that. Definitely. Hank Day, it's Figure Files Friday. I like that alliteration. What's up, Jeff and Gang? What's up, Hank? We need a Maximum Series Iceman. He's the one that if he got the full-on treatment of multiple head sculpts, some different accessories, he would be worthy of that format. Same with Mr. Fantastic. Or some other better choices because they need to do characters that haven't had 20 figures already. And I think that's been the underwhelming aspect with Spider-Man, with Hulk, and with Deadpool. Like you could cobble together a Maximum Series Deadpool without having any extra work from them. Dupe is the only thing that's like, oh man, he's different, but you could make your own Maximum Deadpool and have more accessories. Iceman, they've done 3, 4. None of them have been that great. So he would benefit. Mr. Fantastic, I mean, just go nuts with his stretching ability. There you go. I mean, it's right there. Those two for sure. I think Thor would benefit from that as well. Given the bearded portrait, they've already done that. But I mean, there's a lot they could do with Thor. I'd love to see that. Hank Day, a Maximum Thor classic version would be great. Absolutely. Oh yes, we are getting Power Princess back out there. Were you talking about that version or the Cowless X Factor Investigations version of Magix? Lost and NECA's Sesame Street and Jada Serial mascots are my favorite figures. Big fan of NECA's Universal Monsters and Hammer horror stuff too. Absolutely, we'll do that, my friend. Thank you. Literally half the DC figures are Batman. Well, there's so many different looks, and he sells clearly. Vintage Bob. What's up, Bob? How many characters I need that Hasbro is actually going to release? I'll get Manwolf, even though he's not even in my top 51 in characters. Marvel Legends is over. Over Prime. Marvel Remakes is here. King Collector, because all the second party companies, I'm for the most part done with my masterpiece scale Transformers collection. I just need FT55B Rewind and MMC Ramhorn in a big Metroplex. I do upgrade sometimes. Yes, sir. Doc Avenger. Mattel be top of list if they're true 112 and good articulation. Don't forget that sculpting too. Yeah, we did have Shuma Gargantos, RJR. That's a nice looking figure. And he's certainly not a remake. We haven't seen him before. King Lighter. I cannot pull the trigger on that Marvel Legends Mephisto. Luckily, the Marvel Select version eBay price dropped to around $65.75. I'd rather have the Marvel Select version. That's sculpt. Brian P. Man, Jeff, now you're making me actually want to get that Cyclops Marvel Girl 2-pack. Stop making me spend money. I'm sorry, we're all enablers here. It's not just me. It goes both ways. But yeah, man, that set is dope. I bet the X-Men 2-packs drop by November. I'll take that action. Lawson, it was wise of Dan to mention there might be more Mandarins calming the fires before the forest burns down. Some men just like to watch the world burn. Yeah, I mean, because clearly they knew that was not the Mandarin that most collectors wanted. I won't say all by any means, but and there's some who were like, great. I was looking forward to this version of Mandarin. So great. No hate. All I'm saying is that was not for me. And hopefully, now that there's no concerns about seeing Mandarin on the packaging, y'all can do more. And there's several different versions of Mandarin to make that shouldn't trigger anyone's, oh, this is obviously super racist. So I feel like we can get that going. So I'm looking forward to it. Oh, the Chrome versions. No, Big Bad has been putting different figures up like every day from Super 7. And sometimes they hit on something that I'm looking for. So I was just wondering if you saw it that way. Maurice, I'm praying that the new reveals are either stuff that I don't badly want or that they're shipping next year. I think they're really getting close to January with this stuff now. So maybe. Actually, let me see real fast. I can tell you with not at all certainty based on how they normally do this stuff. Oh. So the X-Men 2-pack, at least the Storm or Wolverine, is set to ship November 1st. It's pretty quick for them. So we'll see. Maybe there's still some window to get stuff out in December. If we just saw these figures at Comic-Con and we're not even having to wait that long for them. So maybe we still got a few more releases before we tap into next year's stuff. The G.I. Joe stuff, I think, is for January, but who knows with Hasbro. Harry G, that Deadpool is really good, but the price, boy, Hasbro sure loves to give. Hasbro sure loves giving food to the haters. They're just like, feed me more. Sometimes they just don't seem to be able to read the room. Yeah, when Deadpool was mentioned, I was like, ugh. And I don't know if I thought he was a bad choice after the reception to Hulk and Spider-Man, where people were like, this is too much, this is ridiculous. And it's like, uh-oh, Deadpool's not gonna change the course and make people go, oh man, this is great. So I feel like Deadpool, I would say, looking at it just from a numbers perspective, he makes a lot of sense. Deadpool and Wolverine made a ton of money in the box office. Clearly, there's interest in Deadpool. I think their problem was they'd flooded that same market with so many Deadpool figures before, spamming him out to the point where most collectors are like, nah, I don't need this version. I'll wait for the next one that came out 2 weeks later. So going with a maximum version, which is not enough of an upgrade over previous ones, including that Comic Con set, it's like missed opportunity. Maybe a Maximum Series Wolverine would have been a better bet, but I understand at least the thought process of a Deadpool Maximum Series figure. It's just hard to make that work when you do so many. Hey, hope they reveal a Marine or box at that Canadian show. Makes a lot of sense. That'd be good. King Electra, that was my favorite Marvel girl, but I will upgrade her. Let me upgrade you. Hard act to follow. It does bother me because we had three, actually, we've had four Thor movies, and we still don't have Lady Sif in the Warriors 3. I guess we do have a Lady Sif. We did. I guess we didn't get an MCU version of her, but we need the Warriors 3. We need Balder the Brave. It's weird. His supporting cast is not so massive where it's like you're never gonna. It's not like a Spider-Man level, even though they'd done like a Flash Thompson here, a Ned Leeds there, a Betty Brant. We have them all, but his supporting cast are all basically superheroes too, and they just need those four and a Heimdall if you want to. But they need to do a lot more Thor figures. We need a Curse. It's just weird because he's been the most prominent figure in the MCU just in terms of longevity. He's been there since the first phase. He's had 4 movies. They haven't killed him off yet, so he's still around. And a lot of his supporting characters have been in the MCU, which is wild. Joe Freeman. What's up, Joe? Yo, Joe. $50 for an updated dude. Finish Bob. I don't care if Thor gets a claw cape. In fact, I prefer a plastic one, but I want him to be able to move his head around. He's tricky because he's got long hair and he's got a cape. So they almost naturally cancel each other out. It's like, which way do you want Thor to go? And he can't have a Prince Valiant Bob. So it's like, I don't know how they would work Thor's head and his cape. That's always been one of those great mysteries. How do you make this work? And I think with a cloth cape, you can at least kind of maneuver around at least the cape impediment part. Russia Robo. But Jeff, that new Psylocke is thicker than the Snickers. We can't get some Aurora Monroe love too. Might have to start looking for a custom. Agents of Atlas box set. There you go. Yeah, I mean they clearly they have not satisfied the fan base with slightly updated versions, slightly improved articulation of characters they've done so many times. Like I said, of Mr. Fantastic and Iceman, maybe even a Magneto, and he's not been a character that they've shied away from doing different versions of, but he's one they can really do a whole lot with, maybe even a Dr. Octopus. They're just characters who probably don't sound like they'd be worth the investment, but collectors would pay this for an ultimate version, Mr. Fantastic, Doc Ock, Iceman, maybe even a Human Torch, where they're really putting a lot into it, where it's like, yes, this is great. It's really hard for characters they've done so often, though. King Collector. Yeah, Iceman is much needed. The new Moth X looks perfect, but that $134 price is crazy. Very much so. Jamelin, exactly. I say it all the time. People love to point out how many Batman figures they make, but I don't ever hear the same disdain for the freaking multitudes, the whole Spider-Verse of Spider-Man figures that are pumped out every year. Yes. Brian P. If any Marvel Legend figure needs a remake, it's Vengeance. They've done both Johnny Blaze and Danny Cash Ghost Riders. Why not Michael Bandolino too? I wish. It depends if you focus on the cartoon, Corey. So he's basically turning into ice, and the cartoon made it look like he covers himself with ice. It's either way, really, because different writers they change him up, but either way works. And but he doesn't need to be translucent, which is something that always bothers me because you're not supposed to be able to see through Iceman. He's not making his organs ice. That's crazy. But yeah, they just need to get it right. Austin, you know this. They always put out the versions like, maybe. Because for those, maybe people, that's way more people who would not buy that version second or third. That's funny. Brian, you're right there with me. Pixelated poses. I get the Deadpool can sell, but some of the import versions could give you some different options for accessories. We're about the same or not that much more, which is a problem because before, even to people who would look at those higher end import figures, they go, well, at least Marvel Legends figures half the price or 3 times less. Now it's like, well, I mean, this price, I may as well just pay $20 more and get the ultimate version, which is their problem. Ryan Daly, HasLab Surtur with the Warriors 3 as unlocked tiers. Oh man, you thought I was sweating it out about getting that third tier flank. Can you imagine not getting one of the Warriors 3 because they were locked behind a tier and people were like, I'm going to stick it to Hasbro. I'm going to show them this is a terrible HasLab. Oh man, I would be heated. How many more fire puns can I use with Searcher? What's up, Felix Guerrero? Don't give up. I mean, Yellow Jacket's too easy. Well, relatively easy for them to do. It's just they haven't gotten around to him yet. Felix, I do like that this Deadpool is more Mark Wade style, but I think I'm fine with the Agent Bob one, which is a problem. They just released a really, really great one not that long ago. Henry G, we've gotten 2 MJ, Zendaya's, a Happy Hogan, Peters, Ned, Wong, and we can't get an MCU Warriors 3 Boulder Dash. Exactly. If you haunt the import sites, you can get them a bit cheaper. Exactly. Henry G, I really hope Hasbro doesn't limit the maximum line to the household names, but I would argue Iceman should be considered an A-lister. Yeah, it's one of those deals where it's like they think, I mean, it's some of it is they're not putting out a bunch of Icemans. And if you don't get the figure right the first time, you're not going to have people buying it in the first place. So it's do the figure right, and then people buy it. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Iceman is one where they could really do slight tweaks, give him an X Factor X this little bit hidden underneath the ice. That would work for me. And then you got Bobby Drake figures too. So I mean, he's one that would keep giving. You could give him the Will Portacio, Jim Lee style, where he's got the ice armor. I mean, they had a really great Toy Biz figure. It was awesome. And there's so many different options for him, but you just have to get a good one, just a good base one, and everything else will work out. Anyway, what's up, Maurice? How are you? Okay. Do I think Classified will eventually go to made to order like Marvel 2? Hard act to follow. Um, no. I think what happened is Marvel Legends, the team was like, how many more giant characters can we get away with making? Had the Celestial. We had the Sentinel, we had Galactus. We didn't get the, and because the Engine of Vengeance didn't work, they then were like, same lesson that they learned from the Star Wars Black Series team. Oh, they don't want anymore. Let's never do a Black Series HasLab again. Okay, no vehicles. We got what you said. Y'all don't want vehicles. And the lesson was no, we don't want these characters tied up with the Ghost Rider HasLab. That was a fine, solid idea. Don't tie Mephisto, Goblin Queen, Damien Hellstrom. Don't put them with it. Get some Ghost Rider villains. If Vengeance was a tier, even without a bike, I feel like more people would have backed it. But I feel like because we're still getting the G.I. Joe HasLabs going through, no problem. Giant Man squeaked through, didn't get his final tier, and they only had 2 tiers. So they're like, okay, message, lesson understood. You all don't want HasLabs, so we'll switch it to this model. And really, take a look at the Sentinel. You're paying a HasLab price because I feel like most people didn't just buy one. So I don't know. I don't think so. I'd love to see those too, Lawson. Felix, they need to stop with tiers. It's not cool not to release everything, to do a slightly different version of the tier later and sell it at retail. I don't mind the tiers. I think it's fun, but I think the problem is people are just kind of burnt out in the stress, because we saw it with Flint and with the Bivouac and Lady J. Are we going to get all the stuff we paid for? So I think the made to order really works well for Marvel Legends. And I think they should just keep doing that. No need to experiment anymore with more HasLabs. That's working. That's successful. Let it ride. Oh, Vintage Bob. If only we can get a classic Executioner and Enchantress 2-pack. Basic, Elite, and Ultimate. Now Hasbro has Marvel Legends and Maximum. They need a basic. They have done basics. People don't want them. Jamelin, to Henry G's point, they can always sell a ton of Caps and Spideys with little to no accessories. But how about a Maximum Punisher, Blade, Cable, Elsa Bloodstone? Yeah, because we've gotten close to getting a good Punisher. He's one that they could really, we're already seeing them do swappable parts. So Punisher in a Maximum format would be great, because you could do, okay, he's got white gloves, white boots. You swap out if you want, you can put black ones on. You got a headband head sculpt, a non-head sculpt. You got him with a beat up face. You've got him with stubble. There are lots of options beyond just give him a bunch of guns. Here's a trench coat. He's one that would make so much sense for that line, because they could incorporate so many different looks for him without having to tool up a whole bunch of other stuff. His main accessories are guns. So you could give Punisher figures the different color boots and gloves. The skull, maybe you could change the belt out so it's not so many teeth in the skull showing. I mean, there are lots of ways to do that. It would make a lot of sense. I think Blade, they could do trench coat as well. Different head sculpts, including a Wesley Snipes one. Yeah, I mean, Cable's one too. You could load them up with a big Rob Liefeld shoulder pads. You could take it off, have a default slimmer outfit look for him. So just so much there. They would do well. I agree. Go made them pre-order on it all and give you everything. Not make tiers at all. Yes. Lawson, imagine a Ghost Rider HasLab that had Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch, and Robbie Reyes with their rides. You can't tell me that would have been too expensive. I mean, even with the successful ones like the Sentinel and Galactus, those tier figures don't have a whole lot with them. They don't really have a ton of accessories. It's here's the figure. And I mean, with Ghost Rider, you want to have a bite. So I think they could have done a Johnny Blaze, not as Ghost Rider, but just a straight up, hey, here he is with this trench coat, maybe ponytail version. That would have worked, but I think people would have been disappointed not to have a Danny Ketch and no bite. And we did get a great Danny Ketch figure, so that was no problem. I just think they could have thought it through a little bit more. About Maximum Moon Knight, I don't know what they could have done different than the ones they've already given us. So I think he'd be a hard one to sell as a Maximum version, but yeah. All right. I'm caught up. It's 8:00 now, and you all have been rocking with me for 2 hours, which I greatly appreciate. Well, it's Friday night. It's time to go do some fun stuff. Thank you all so much. I mean, to continue your fun stuff outside of here. But thank you all for hanging out with me. For next week, I won't be doing Lyle's Movie Files live or Figure Files live. Time zone change a little bit different, but I'll be back very soon. For those of you who are interested, I am going to be doing a Lyle's Movie Files / Figure Files fantasy football. So just hit me up if you want to be in. I will send you the invite. All I have to do, hit me up here. Just say fantasy football, I'm in. And just let me know. We'll do the thing. I'll send out the invite and all that great stuff. So see you all. I will be doing videos, so don't worry. You'll see me here, just not in live, interacting with you all outside of the comments. But any figure news that drops, I'll be reporting on it and sharing my reactions. So stay tuned. Hope y'all have an awesome weekend. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with me. This episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.